Hello, good looking people. Happy Monday. I'm just jumping on for a few minutes to give you some potential tips for managing in these challenging times. So, one of the things I want to talk about is first of all, let's acknowledge that this is a really difficult time. It's really difficult for everyone. It's difficult for our immunocompromised folks who are at home, who are scared about getting sick, for folks who are homeless or precariously housed, or people who are home in really unpleasant or violent situations, our elderly folks. It's difficult for people who are entrepreneurs, business owners, artists, people who have to go to work and are scared about being at risk, people who aren't have been laid off and aren't sure how they're going to get money or don't have sick days. People with kids at home can be real challenging. People with anxiety, pretty much all of us. It's a difficult time. And sometimes I know we get into this headspace about who has more right to be upset than others. I think it's always good to maintain perspective and be grateful for your situation, but also to acknowledge that, you have a right to be struggling. It's a tough time for everyone, so can you acknowledge that? It's also okay if you're not struggling or if you feel particularly calm. So, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about your thoughts and to encourage you to get really curious about what you're thinking right now. For a lot of us who are struggling, what are the thoughts that you're having that are particularly contributing to your struggling? Are you thinking things like, this isn't fair, or I won't survive this, or everyone I love is going to die, or how am I going to manage the next X amount of time at home with my kids, or going bored, or whatever it might be? What are the thoughts that you're having? And so I would encourage you, if you're struggling, to write them down, to just do a little activity where you just free flow, write down everything that's coming into your head and what you're thinking, because it can be really good, it can be really therapeutic to just get it out, and to also just see, okay, I didn't know that that's what I was thinking. And then to ask yourself, how do those thoughts make me feel? What are the emotions that I'm feeling when I have those thoughts? Am I angry? Am I anxious? Am I feeling shame? Am I feeling fear? To get really aware of what those feelings are. And then asking yourself, what do I do when I feel those things? Because for a lot of us too right now, we're struggling because we're not maintaining routine, or we're not taking care of ourselves in the way that we want to be. So what do I do when I'm really anxious or fearful? Do I lash out at people? Do I retreat? Do I eat things I don't want to be eating? What is it that I do? And then I would encourage folks to just allow some of the feelings that they're having, to just acknowledge that it's really tough and it's okay to be anxious or upset, fearful, etc. And then when you're having those feelings, or if you're really struggling, acknowledging that you're having a thought, whatever that thought is, that's causing you to feel a certain feeling. So my thought might be, I'm thinking that I'm never gonna survive this. And so the feeling that provides me is anxiety. So, okay, I'm feeling anxious. And to just give yourself a little bit of space to feel that instead of ignoring it. So, what does anxiety look like for you? How does it feel in your body? Maybe it's like a tensing in your chest, or or like a tensing in your eyebrow, heart palpitations, etc. What does that feel like? And just name it. Okay, this is anxiety. Just breathing through it. I'm just gonna feel it for a second and let it happen. Not getting caught up in the thoughts again around like, I'm never gonna do this. Oh my God, I'm so anxious. Oh my God, I'm having anxiety. Just this, I'm just feeling this and I'm letting it go. Because a lot of times when we allow ourselves to feel the feeling, it goes away a lot faster than if we're pushing it away. So then I might invite you to look at your thoughts and ask yourself if they're serving you, because sometimes they are. Sometimes you want to be having those thoughts and be feeling the feelings that you're feeling, and sometimes you don't. You find, especially if you're revisiting the same thoughts and the same feelings and you're having trouble doing the things you want to be doing because you're caught up in feeling terrible, you might want to visit those thoughts and ask if they're serving you, and then ask if there are other thoughts that are more helpful for you, or that offer you some relief, like, I'll get through this. I acknowledge there are things I can't control, and I will focus on the things I can. I choose to focus on what I can control. I am safe. I ask myself often, what is the worst that can happen? Because I think that's where a lot of people go in their anxieties. And a lot of times, the worst that can happen is, well, a lot of times it's not as that bad. I think in this situation, it can be really, really terrible. But for me, I also tell myself, I will get through it. I will deal with it. I know that I've been through really terrible, challenging things before. I don't know if this comes from having lost family members who are close, but in surviving that and knowing that I got through that, that I will get through whatever happens. It might be really, really difficult. It might change me. I'm sure it will. It might change my life, but I will get through it, and I have the skills to be able to get through it. Yeah, if there are things that you can be telling yourself that provide you some relief, I also suggest writing those down and having those available to you, perhaps even visible, so that you can see them and be practicing them, and then be catching yourself when you are spiraling in that thought, I can't do this. What is happening? How long is this going to last? I'm going crazy. My kids are driving me crazy, etc., etc. To take a moment, take a deep breath, say, okay, I'm having that thought again. It's making me feel this way. I'm just going to feel that feeling for a second. And then I'm going to go back and visit a thought that is more helpful to me and repeat that over and over. I am safe. I will get through this. I'm going to choose to focus on the things I can control. What are the things you can control? Interestingly, I did write a blog post about it. So if you want to look at some things that you can do that are within your control, you can check that out. It is on my website, which is my name, olivevantop.com/blog. Yeah, so those are some things, some really, really compact tips around managing your thoughts. I will send out more videos about this in the coming weeks, and about some other topics that maybe are helpful. Let me know what you'd like to know more about, or if I can help in that way. This is a practice that takes a lot of time and something that I work on myself and I work on with my clients. So give yourself some slack if it's not, immediate, but it might be something that you want to try. Also, if you want to try something, I am offering some free burlesque exercise classes. One is tomorrow night, Tuesday, the 24th, and one the following week. So if you want to try that, you can also find that on my website, on my name / something about online burlesque exercise, but it's on the homepage. You can find it. to sign up for the link. So that's also something that you could do if you just want to have a break and get out of your brain and into your body. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks for coming to my talk, or at least making it this far if you did. And I will be posting stuff in the coming days and weeks. So like I said, let me know. And in the meantime, just be kind to yourself.